Welcome to this video breakdown of how we went from 0 to 20K a day in 1 month. I will cover in this video like product research, also a little bit about creatives and our Facebook scaling framework. Let's start with product research. In our case, we knew that the product was going to sell, so it's a bit different than with testing a new product. But let's say you're going to test a new product, would you always have to keep in mind these margins? Because the higher the margins, the easier it is to scale and the easier it is to be profitable front end. And as you can see here, like I have attached like a Zoom video to an old video I did, and I explained a little bit more about offers and stuff like that. So yeah, it's like a little guide on how to get the margins up. And let's dive into product research. If you're looking for a new product, for example, what we typically do is like in general, we just go to the meta ads library and we put in keywords like free shipping, order today and get 50% off, because those are like general drop shipping keywords, and you will find a few videos or a lot of videos with those keywords of people who are drop shipping. And yeah, that's our general approach. So yeah, we find a lot of stores and also like a lot of competitors. Um, and that's the first step. Second step is we apply filters. Why? Yeah, because we don't want to see all ads with those keywords. We just want to see ads that are running longer than 1 to 2 weeks at least. So as I said, we want to filter out the garbage or the trash. Because if a company or a store is running ads for more than 1 to 2 weeks, probably the business model is working. Here's a little screenshot on the filters we apply, like all media types. You can also filter it to images only or videos only. Then you go to active status active, and from that's automatically applied to, like I always go like 1 to 2 weeks in the past from the current day. So I only get ads that are running for 1 to 2 weeks. Yeah, and as soon as we found a few creatives or a few stores that are doing at least 30 to 50 that have at least 30 to 50 active ads, we save those stores. And as soon as we save those, we're putting in the stores into Shop Hunter to validate if those stores are actually making sales. And I don't know if you know Shop Hunter, but if you do, here is a screenshot of how the tool looks like. And you can see here, like, for example, that's a test store we put in there, and you can see they're averaging like almost over 5K every day, which is a pretty good sign that the product has a market and the market wants to have a specific product. Yeah, and typically what we do when we see stores that are doing 1K a day consistent, we take a closer look at them, because in my opinion, when you do like 1K a day, there is a good chance of product market fit. And as soon as we see this, we really, try to test the product, because, like everybody knows, Meta, Google Ads is general business competition, and when we see like stores that are doing 1K a day but have shitty ads, shitty landing page, shitty website, then we think we can improve on that, and that's why we test, and that's also how we select which product we test. Because with that approach, we filter out a lot of products and also a lot of unnecessary products, because we don't want to waste time and we also don't want to waste money. And that's general our approach on how to find products that are able to scale to those numbers. Let's go to the next point, like content. What have we done in our case? Like, we knew that the product was going to sell, and we had a conversion rate of 2.5, I think. But we knew that, for example, if we want to scale to those numbers, we have to get conversion rate up. So what options do we have? Like, one clear option is like improve the landing page. And we knew that the product is going to sell, so we did a shooting, like really professional shooting, with studio images and stuff like that. And as you can see here, after we applied the changes, after we used the new images, like this was before the shooting and this was after the shooting, you can see that we almost increased our conversion rate by almost 2%, which is insane, to be honest. And that was only because we made more professional images. So if you're thinking of testing a new product, try to use high quality images, because the better the images are, the more people will trust your brand, because it just looks like professional. Just a closer, I will go deeper into the images of what we exactly have done. As I said, like we made like studio content with white background and good lighting. Also a few images where people have our product in their hand, for example, or using our product. So your ideal customer or your website visitors see how your product is in use. And also it's like a really, really big trust factor. And in our case, what was, in my opinion, a really, really big conversion rate booster was that we used the model from the shooting, which we had in our video ads, as well on our landing page. So throughout the whole funnel, we had the same person, in our ecosystem, let's say it like that. So when a person was watching our ad, she was seeing our model, and as soon as she clicked on the ad, she was also seeing our model on the landing page. So there was no mismatch between ad and landing page. And in my opinion, what I've seen so far, when we applied this, we've seen the best results so far, because it's like during the whole funnel, it's like it's like one picture, and there is no distraction, and it's like also trust when people see the same person in the ad and then again the same person on the landing page, because it's like just professional, and I think people realize that. I take Bleemy as an example of good product images. Again, was what I just said is like they also use like faces to build more trust for the customers. Also, as you can see here, like with a few bullet points for what the product is for and a few features. And here again, image of reviews, which build a lot of trust. I mean, there are far more examples out there, but I just took that brand because I think they are doing a really good job in terms of product images. And in terms of creatives, typically what we do before we make a shooting or something, we do a lot of research. And when I say a lot of research, I really mean a lot of research, because it takes a fucking long time to really understand why people are buying your product. And the more research you do, the easier life you have, because without knowing why people are buying, it's very hard to craft a message. It's very hard to create creatives. And that's why we really spent a long time, doing research. Like we did research for like 2 weeks, and then we did the shooting. So everything was prepared. We did scripts. We also did, we planned all the B-rolls and stuff like that. So really, we don't want, we just want to have everything planned out. So there is no coincidence in the testing. Yeah. And of course, what we do when we look for competitors is like we want to see what kind of creatives work the best. In our case, like UGC creatives with influencers worked really good for competitors. So that's why we also focused on that. And when you are looking for creatives, you should also keep that in mind, because as I said in another video, like we don't want to reinvent the wheel. We just want to see what other people are doing, because if they're doing it on scale, there is a high chance that it is really working. And yeah, that's what we typically do, and that's what we planned, yeah, for our creatives. Here I have a little framework of yeah, how our creatives are structured. Like as you can see, in the beginning, always a hook to call out to the audience, and also to, yeah, select your audience. Then what we typically do is like problem solution. Then we do product intro, benefits, features. This is the part where we like to yeah, use our product to make a bridge from the problem to the solution of the customers. Yeah, and after that, we just put in like trust, a summary of the promise, so a little bit social proof. Then we sum it up a little bit, and at the end, we put in like a guarantee and the call to action. We use the guarantee typically to, yeah, give the customer a better, or give the customer more safety when they're buying from us. And yeah, I mean, that's the typical structure we use. And I mean, we use it all the time. It's like the AIDA formula, and it's working pretty good for us. I mean, that's everything in terms of how we structure our creatives, how we plan out things. Yeah, next thing I want to talk about, and yeah, I want to talk about is like our meta structure, like how we structure our ads and how we test on meta. The first thing, I mean, our structure, let's start it this way. Our structure is pretty simple. We have always like one testing campaign, one scaling campaign, as you can see here, and then cost caps and bid caps. What we typically do is in the testing campaign, our goal is to find out which angle works the best. We use yeah, testing campaign ABO. Why ABO? Because we want to be yeah, we want to give every angle a chance, if you know what I mean. Because when you use, for example, a CBO, spend can probably go yeah, in one angle, and the others don't get that much spent. So we try to isolate everything. Like first campaign, what we do is like ABO, broad targeting, only niche down by gender or age. And what we do is like ABO, for example, 3 ad sets, and every ad set has its own angle. So all creatives, for example, let's say ad set number 1, angle pain relief. Ad set number 1, pain relief. All creatives in that ad set are direct related to pain relief. Ad set number 2, different angle. All creatives are related to that angle. And what we do this because as soon as we get results, we really see which angle gives us the best ROAS. And as soon as we have that figured out, we really focus on only that one winning angle. And as soon as we have this angle, we also change our landing page to that angle, because as I said before, like we want to have a whole picture, or a, how should I say it? We want to have one message during or throughout the whole funnel. And yeah, I mean, that's our angle testing structure. And as soon as we found winning angles, we test like creatives for that angle. And as soon as we found those creatives, we create a scaling campaign, typically CBO or Advantage Plus. Yeah, and we just put in all the creatives that are working and scale that up. And then we just use a bid cap and a cost cap campaign besides those two campaigns, to be honest. So it's like a really simple setup because yeah, we don't want to overcomplicate things, but yeah, it's just like what we typically do is like angle testing, then creative testing, and then scaling. Um, yeah, I have here a link to a Miro board where I have put all the scaling frameworks in there, which you can access through to the link. Um, yeah, and that's everything in terms of Facebook. Yeah, and what we've done besides Facebook is also like Google. And with the combination of Facebook and Google, we were able to scale to, yeah, that 20K a day in 1 month. What we typically do in Google is like brand search from the beginning because like brand search has the highest ROAS and will make you so much more profitable. So as soon as you're starting running Facebook ads, you should always set up a brand search campaign. It takes like 10 minutes. If you're not advanced, if you're advanced, it gets even faster. But you should set it up from the beginning. What we typically do for Google as well is like another search campaign with more broad keywords just to figure out if we can bid on more broader keywords profitable because yeah, if we can do it, yeah, it will give us access to more scale. Then what we typically add is like a shopping campaign, standard shopping, a PMAX, and the YouTube retargeting. Um, YouTube retargeting, I know it's very hard to track sales, but we just do it to yeah warm up our website visitors and stuff like that, so they really get to know yeah our brand. In terms of shopping campaign, I typically start with manual CPC, and I also put in an audience like in the beginning retargeting, and then yeah retargeting all people that visit our website, for example. So just to collect the whole low-hanging fruits. And with PMAX, we try to scale. What we typically do is like 5 asset groups, different creatives, and yeah, we let it rip and see if it works. We in the beginning we start like with a $150 budget. At minimum, we keep the target ROAS off, so no target ROAS, because we really want the campaign to spend and get yeah us some data. And as soon as we see which products are working inside the PMAX, for example, we cut all the losers off and we just scale the winners. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, that's everything for this video. Like, we did those things I just mentioned, and we were able to scale the store from 0 to 20K a day. So yeah, it's not the most complicated process, but yeah, with the product research, you can filter which products are really working. And in terms of content, yeah, you should really focus on getting high quality content because this can be a make and break point of your business when you test new things. And yeah, I mean, that's it in terms of Meta and Google. To sum it up again, I think those platforms together should bring you easily to 20K a day. Yeah, because you don't need more. Because when you focus, because when you start out, the goal should always be to master one platform in the beginning, like to get to 3K a day. And as soon as you have those 3K a day, you should try to diversify the marketing channels. Just, yeah, also because in terms of safety, because the more you have, the safer your business is. And yeah, I mean, that's everything for the video. I hope it was helpful for you. And yeah, I will give you access to the sheet and also access to the Miro map. And if you have any questions, let me know and feel free to reach out.